It depends how it is.
These next two matches I did not create. I guess I forgot to create them, so if they're ass, my fault. Good looks though. Appreciate tuning in. All my buddies go get blessed. They're gonna watch. You know what the fuck is going down, baby. I'm literally in my city. We in a bit. You know what the fuck is going down, baby. When you see it, nigga. You feel me? Know your role, shut your place. I fucked that up. Know your role, shut your mouth, know your place. You know what the fuck is going down, baby. When you see a real nigga, you heard? Let's get into him.
Rock segment, and assuming Cody says no to the Rock. You could do that. That would be more intrigue of, like, let's say it's Cena or Khan that win the chamber, and then the Rock standing on stage and you just kind of look at him, like, what can you do together? And the Rock says, shut your mouth. You never know. Tommy says, main roster needs a third brand. Brother, I don't know. I don't know if we really need that. We have a third brand, and it's NXT. And you get enough main roster people that go to NXT. NXT is just, it's chugging along, and give it a year, give it another year. It's going to keep building and building and building. It's going to get bigger. Now we have an influx of TNA in there, too. I really don't need another brand, like another full main roster brand. I understand you're probably saying, like, hey, we got so much talent here, let's spread it out. You have 3 hours of Raw, 3 hours of SmackDown, plus NXT, and the PLE. Like, you got a lot of TV time. I think they just need to do a better job with their TV time. Like SmackDown, it's hard someday. I don't like SmackDown that much. Like, it's kind of boring. There's some good stuff in there, there is, but it's a 3 hour show. It doesn't have the kind of momentum and, I don't know, urgency that Raw seems to have. SmackDown needs work. I think if they just use the TV time better. Riash says, why is Drew not getting the championship push? I don't know. I want Drew to get that championship push. I thought they were doing an interesting story. What? Well, I mean, after the Punk feud, he was going after the Bloodline. And essentially they just dropped it. I thought there was a really good narrative of, like, Drew going out, what he was doing, and he was clamoring everybody associated with the Bloodline. He was getting his revenge on it, and he didn't want to stop. I thought they just could build to a really good match. So, like, Drew versus Roman. You could build it for Drew versus Cody, because Cody worked with Roman Reigns. Like, you could have done a lot there, and I thought that would be a good way to get Drew to, say, Cody's title in that direction. I mean, they could easily turn around after WrestleMania, and Drew is fighting, I mean, he's on SmackDown now, so he could go after Cody if he's still champion, or it's Punk that wins, or Cena. And so you could easily thrust Drew back into the title scene. But I hear you. I wish that Drew was getting into a very clear title picture, and nobody's in the chamber, but I don't expect it.
She saw a clear path to success and quickly started down that road. Anyone who's stood in her way has certainly paid the price.
Crypto wasn't for him. It seemed clear the drywall screws. What you really needed were concrete anchors. When it came time to settle up, the register signs didn't register. How could those swipes be worth 3% of his profit? But then part-time cashier slash full-time grandson had another idea. Crypto payments. Lower fees, less paperwork.
Is WWE putting too much emphasis on storytelling and focus on wrestling / matches in other areas as a result? I think it's pretty clear. You know what gave this indication very clearly was Michael Cole on Logan Paul podcast, where Michael Cole stated, like, we are entertainers. It's storytelling first, wrestling is second. And I feel like with Triple H's regime, coming in full-time with zero events involved, I really noticed that. And I don't know how I feel about it, to be honest, because if the stories are good, the promos, the interactions with the wrestlers, if it's compelling and just cinema,
Oscar looking to go airborne.
Every now and then, that's when we hella count some green. Baby, my KO, that take me a hella fucking win. Now when you know it's face, I feel like starting to touch. I'm missing, what's wrong with right here? This shit is so sad, I wouldn't want to see all that's on us. These are people I can charge when I go to. Tell me why you put me silence, so I don't know. Tell me in the club, and I'm following. They got the good attention, but it's wrong. Let's go, never know, attention, back to the corner. If you giving all lessons, gotta leave a clue. If you get back into the physical, I'm never in the ball. I'm on the cross, I shoot the phone. I just say, when it's tired, I'm in the mall. I can feel it in my job, I'm in the mall. I'm in the flow, I'm like a dog. People say I'm talking, I'm in the wrong. I'm in the top, I'm in the team. I'm in the job, I'm in the team.
But this one can be lost by countout. Atomic drop. Ooh. Oh, man. Ooh. Sharp kick. Able to sidestep it.
I was streaming for an hour. Shit, my fault, y'all. I had to go get my little nigga off the bus.
She's still as determined as ever. As the arm bars stretch in. Oh, that attack was definitely pre-calculated, hoping to greatly diminish the power. Showing her dominance here. The Empress.
Damn, bitch.
So much damage inflicted.
Use the man hoe.
Sharp elbow.
Alright, let's get to it.
Bloodline Saga from Storm events. Once you really kind of chugged along and you had Sammy and Braun and all those amazing moments, memorable stuff, the Royal Rumble with the chair shot, all of that stuff to me proves that, okay, storytelling can be front and center. The wrestling matches were not it. Because you have these Bloodline Rumble matches that people are like, okay, they're going to wrestle and throw each other against the ropes for 20 minutes until ref bump, and then the story begins, the story moments, and that's all you remember. You don't remember the Kevin Owens Roman match that much, the actual match. You remember the chair shot and the Sami Zayn moment. And I know that Triple H, WWE was always about moments, like that's stuff that sticks out in your mind. WWE as a whole, I do find that there's way more emphasis on storytelling, and it's not always good. In-ring storytelling needs to be there, and I think it still is. You have, like, what, the women's tag team title match on Raw. Liv and Raquel won, they beat Bianca and Naomi. I think that was a great example of in-ring storytelling. The near falls, the false finishes. I was on the edge of my seat, like, who is going to win this thing? So everything else was secondary, and they didn't have a huge build, right? Like, they were not going after each other for 6 months in this blood feud. They did it all in the ring, they told that story. So I think it's more balance. I think they need more balance, because then you have top stars also, and this is a whole other video, but you have other stars that they don't wrestle as much. It's all about, okay, promos. Let's do a 20-minute promo, 15-minute promo, you know. What, can you just wrestle? Once in a while, I don't remember last time Rhea wrestled. Top female star in the company. I can't just want to protect her against me, but how often are we just going to have Rhea? And I know she's going to go up against EO after Chamber, I understand. But I mean, holistically, when you pull it back, like, how many matches have we had on TV? That ain't reality now. You'd have Austin and Triple H and tag team matches. You'd have Kurt Angle, Undertaker, like, main event shows and Raw. With Undertaker and Jeff Hardy ladder match on Raw. And Guerrero. You had giant top talent wrestling every week. And then there'd be a tag matches before giant blow-up pay-per-views. But yeah, I think that there is a big emphasis of storytelling. Take the story of done. That's he says he thinks SmackDown is lacking in the other shows. Yes. I don't know what it is about SmackDown that just doesn't have the compelling story. Maybe that's just it. They have the compelling storylines on SmackDown. You have the tag division, which I feel like it's great that they're doing more tag team matches. You have more tag team getting time, but not really the most compelling thing. I think that one of the big problems is the mid-card. I think that Shinsuke with the US title, and I like Shinsuke at all, but they are doing nothing with that. There's nothing compelling, or there's no big storyline going on between LA Knight and Shin or anybody involved in that scene. It's a bunch of just matches, cut some promos against each other, move on. The main event scene, you have standouts like Jacob Fatu, fantastic. I am interested in the Solo and Jacob storyline, but it's, you know, Solo, it's like, okay, now he's back on TV, and we're going to see this kind of next arc or chapter of him, but it's not the top draw. And Cody is also just taking a back seat because, well, we're waiting for Chamber. But in the last several months, a lot of promos, a lot of, not a lot of deep storylines. The women's actual, you know, championship, the main division there, not a whole lot going on. Like the same women just mixing it up, where it's Nia, Candice, and Tiffany, Naomi, Bianca, like all this kind of, they don't have like this deep compelling saga storyline that you can point to on SmackDown where like, that's really good. Like we had Drew and Punk for months on Raw, months. I wish they would do something where it's like Drew and LA Knight, and let's fire that up and have that as a deep compelling story. I think it's time of year is a lot of it, but definitely hasn't been the must-watch that I feel Raw has a little bit more of an edge to it. Jeremiah says, do you think the championships should be defended on TV more often? If so, which ones and why? I do. I wish the titles would fix it up more. In terms of like, okay, I don't need Gunther with an 8-month reign. I don't need Cody with a full year reign, which, if we've had it, it is what it is. It's not always the most compelling thing. I don't need a long title reigns anymore. Even more regularly. I get that you want to be able to hype up, you know, SmackDown before a PLE or a Raw. Like you have Io and Rhea fighting on Raw for the title. You get the title matches, but I do wish that you would see a little more often. Like have Cody go out there and just have a title match against Solo or have a title match against Jacob on SmackDown as the main event. And then you can have a lot of brawls and shenanigans and end in DQ. But at least the titles on the line. The mid-card titles, the women's mid-card titles. Lyra Valkyria just had the Dakota Kai match. It was great, but and Ivy Niles got involved. Let's see more title matches for the IC title. Chelsea Green on SmackDown, let's see more title matches. If you're not going to get on the PLEs, you got to get more title matches in. Have them meaningful and change it up. Do a ladder match on Raw. Lyra and Ivy Nile and Dakota Kai in a 3-person ladder match on Raw. Still cage match with the title on the line. So the titles that I would like to see defended more often are going to be your main titles. I understand.
He went from Jackson State to Colorado and changed 2 programs back to back. So you don't think I could come to the NFL franchise and change the program again? If you ain't trying to change the franchise, then the coach don't give you. So you should know history repeats itself over and over and over. And I've done it over and over and over. So there should be no question why NFL franchise should pick. He went from Jackson State to Colorado and changed 2 programs back to back. So you don't think I could come to the NFL franchise and change the program again? If you ain't trying to change the franchise, then the coach don't give me. So you should know history repeats itself over and over and over. And I've done it over and over and over, so there should be no question why NFL franchise should pick.
I do like Shador, but I ain't gonna hold you. I hope he gets drafted to the Giants, man. For real, for real. He could change my goddamn franchise. Excuse me, Lord. On me. That nigga Daniel Jones fucked my shit all up. Bitch ass nigga, man. I told them niggas not to get that nigga extension 2 years ago. And now look at him. They done released his bitch ass. Nigga, they caught a whole nother. Nigga already injured himself for a whole year before the motherfucking contract extension. Then the year after the contract extension, he broke his leg and some shit. What? Like, get the fuck out of here, man. Y'all wasting money on quarterbacks and y'all not drafting good at all, man. The Giants always get lucky with motherfuckers. They don't draft good. None of that shit, man. Fuck niggas. Shador, come to my shit and save my goddamn city, nigga.
When it comes to their physicality.
Because Aaron Rodgers ain't gonna do it. His old ass.
I understand why they won't, but just as a wrestling fan, I want to see them on my TV getting defended and telling the story, and there's consequences after for them winning. It's by DQ or their shenanigans. Let's do that. Main event, the tag team title match, like we had the women's match on Raw. That's a great indicator and great example of put the tag team titles for the women on the line. Main event match got over big time. This was really well done.
Ginsburg.
There's the bell.
What? First ticket.
You know, I'm not in the mood to jump around this morning, you know what I'm saying? Because my feet hurt just a little bit, but damn it, you get the gym. It's time for the A-list. It's a special A-list. Not just because I got the big boy right here in Los Angeles, California. My girl Janae is back in the house. Girl Arena is back in the house. My boy Whitney's back in the house.
Nigga, they got killed? Hold on. Hold on. They got Gil on the show? Now we getting, okay, Gil, don't do this, please. Do not. Gil, don't turn corporate. Please don't let these niggas play in your booty, my boy. Pause. These niggas will. You feel me? Don't let this nigga Stephen A. Trust me, you know more than him. Don't get on this show unless Stephen A. You know what Stephen A. do? Niggas got better takes than him, and niggas know more than him. So what he does to undercut this shit is, you think you're slick, huh? You think you're slick, huh? You think we're gonna let you get away with that on this show, huh? That he knows it's his show, so he's gonna motherfucking dictate whatever the motherfucker on the other side says and try to get his way with it because it's his show. So if you want to come back, you gotta basically let him get at you, even though he might not have an argument, nigga. Like. Literally, nigga, fuck your show. Gil's Arena is bigger than this bitch ass show. That's a fact. That shit came from nothing.
Technique to show out. He's that beard club. You listen to me, Gil. You listen to me, top 5 players. You better show up. Come playoff time. You understand? They got to show up. That is just that simple. Number 5 on the list. Give it to me, please. Brian, Luka Doncic. I know the brother averages 28 a game. I know the brother just finished averaging 34. I know he's been to a conference finals. I know he's been to an NBA finals. But you remember how he departed from Dallas, right? He didn't want to leave. He didn't even know he was leaving. They didn't even give him the chance to give a damn phone call. They said, "Get your ass up out of Big D. We want to move on, okay?" You don't respond to that kind of treatment when you a big time player. But went to the bed of the playoffs. They talked about your conditioning privately. They said there said you ain't in shape. You're not disciplined. They can't control you. All of this other stuff people were talking about. All right, you got to answer the call. You stop. By showing up playoff time, especially with King James, LeBron James, age 40, 22nd year in the league, playing the way that he's playing. You know what he's gonna bring. You got to bring it. Look at Doncic at number 5. He ain't top 4 though. Please give it to me right now. Bam! Jimmy Butler. Wow! How do you talk this? It's just not South Beach here. This ain't just some thing. It's South Beach.
If I'm him, I remember what I'm fighting for, and I let that fuel my fight.
Special place. When you leave South Beach, okay, you gotta have a good reason why, all right? It can't be the money. The money that they're giving you, hell, the Texas and California gonna take half of that. There ain't no state Texas in Florida, so that's number one. Number two, you there because you build a better player. Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero, the football, but they ain't Steph Curry, the baby face of Sanford. Awesome! That dang on Draymond Green said, yo, we will win the championship. Put it on the entire damn squad, and I love it. They ain't hating on him for that. Love it, but you gotta answer the call. We know Steph Curry gonna answer the call. We know Draymond gonna do his thing. Jimmy Butler, you playoff Jimmy. That you got to show up. It goes in State Cup playoff top. He ain't top three though. Give it to me right now. Bam! Anthony Davis, Lord have mercy. Let me tell y'all something, Joe. Listen to this, because I know how you like to dissect that. Today, I know how you like to dissect stuff, and I'm very caught on listening somewhere. Y'all gonna probably be talking about this during the WNBA season about what I'm about to say. It's very, very simple. Anthony Davis went to a place where we would have thought it was a very scenario when Luka Doncic got traded. You understand people when the streets crying, they get coffins. Okay, they were talking smack. I mean, just doing the hell off, right? Because they say they want Anthony Davis. They want Luka. You got to remind them of who the hell you are, Anthony Davis. You that brother that had 26 and 13 before you went down inside of 3 quarters. You that brother that was after 20 and 5, 20 and 12 rather with the Lakers. You that brother that helped LeBron James bring a title to Tinker Town, all being in the bubble. You that brother that's considered one of the top big men in the game because of your defensive prowess as well. When you and Gifford, with Kyrie, with Clay, with PJ and the crew, y'all can make some noise in Dallas this year if you come back and you say, fuck Luka Doncic. This is my city now. You got to do that, brother. You got to do it. And if you don't, then they'll remember that they lost Luka Doncic and they'll say, for who? Yeah. They'll hate you. Because they ain't going to hate on the Cowboys until they used to do that hate on the Cowboys, okay? So they're going to hate on you. So you got to do it, Anthony Davis. It ain't top two, though. Give it to me right now. Bam! Big Mitchell. My brother, I believe you, sir. I believe you, sir. I believe that you can deliver a chip to Cleveland. You can step there, baby. This is for you. You can do that, too. Donovan Mitchell, you got the horses, you got the body, you got the coach, you got the system. And damn it, you just lost the Boston last year. You got to crew this. That Hunter deal helped y'all immensely. There is no excuse. If Donovan Mitchell shows up and he's that star that we know him to be, because he has that big games, not just bad games, but big good game, big great game, and playoff action, who knows what Cleveland can do? Donovan Mitchell, this is you, my brother. You just ain't number one on the list. Give it to me right here, please. John Morant. Ladies and gentlemen, Memphis is the top 2 seed in the Western Conference. The Memphis Grizzlies have been playing making noise all year long. But in the midst of all of this, when we talked about John Morant, forget his past troubles and all that. No, we ain't doing that to him. The past is the past. He's young. People make mistakes. He's not good. He's a model.
I'll give it to Big E. He deserved this one.